To understand spoken language, one must perceive speech, but speech is meaningless if the listener cannot recognize any of the words being spoken. Word recognition is the process that allows listeners to pick out words from a stream of speech sounds. The predominant model of word recognition is the Cohort Model, first proposed by psycholinguist William Marslen-Wilson. Let's examine how this model works. This arrow represents time in milliseconds, that is, thousandths of a second. Near the start of this arrow is the point at which the listener has perceived about 200 milliseconds of speech, roughly one syllable. In this example, this syllable is can. At this point, all the words the listener knows that begin with the syllable can are activated. Activation refers to the ease with which any item in our long-term memory can be fully recalled. This applies to any item in memory, such as phone numbers, mailing addresses, as well as words. A native English speaker knows that a group of words begins with the syllable can. The activated group of words is called a cohort, hence the name of the model. When the next speech sound or phoneme is perceived, the cohort narrows down. Words incompatible with this new phoneme are deactivated. In this example, the phoneme is the consonant D. When the final phoneme in the word has been perceived, the word is recognized.
Eureka!
In this example, the final phoneme is the vowel E, and the word is candy. The cohort model is an example of a bottom-up process. A bottom-up process is one that uses information from prior perceptions to arrive at its goal. In the cohort model, prior perceptions are incoming phonemes. A bottom-up process does not utilize expectations or make predictions about upcoming perceptions. In contrast, top-down processing integrates prior knowledge, expectations, and context to guess the likely end product of a process. Recent, more sophisticated models of word recognition combine bottom-up and top-down processing. Returning to our example, suppose the incoming word had been preceded by the phrase, "I like to eat." The listener's expectation is the one that makes the most sense. We like to eat food, and so we expect the next word to name a food. Based on this expectation, the cohort rapidly shrinks to a minimum of words. Word recognition is an indispensable process in sentence comprehension. If we don't recognize words, we cannot begin to understand a sentence. However, a sentence cannot be fully understood from its words alone. We must combine these words meaningfully. Stay tuned as we explore the next step in sentence comprehension, syntactic parsing, here on this YouTube channel.